Alright, so like I said, I want to give you a walk through the Jeep. I know I haven't made a video like this yet, so first we'll start at the front and then we'll work our way to the back. Alright, so starting with the front here. This is the Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. It's 2011. It has 126,000 miles on it. It had 112 when I bought it. So the first thing we have that's really important is the dual battery system. There's two Optima D34 batteries here. They're connected together via a solenoid, which is connected to our fuse box. So when the Jeep is on, they are connected together, and the alternator charges both batteries together. When the Jeep is turned off, the fuse box knows, and the fuse breaks or stops there, and it turns the solenoid off. So then they're disconnected. So that way, all of our house, everything in the Jeep is wired up to the house battery, which will be the only one getting drained. So that way, the car battery can always start. That's like one of the most important parts of our system. And then over here on this other side, way over there, we have our Arb compressor. It's a air compressor that allows us to pump up and air down the tires when we need to. That orange hose runs all the way through the back of the Jeep, and I'll show you where the outlet is to that. This is our cockpit. What do we have? We have a bunch of stuff here. So we have this Vector off-road mount, which allows us to connect all of our RAM mount bars to it. So we have our navigation. That's my phone. So I just use my phone for navigation. On the far side, we have our batteries for the camera, which is what's being recorded with right now. We have the iPad for usually media, some off-road maps and stuff. It's a pretty old iPad, so it doesn't really get us it's not really that fast or good enough to plot waypoints and stuff with. Maybe one day we'll upgrade. We have our spot tracker, or Smart satellite transmitter, so in case we ever get off signal and need to let our friends and family know that we're okay, or we're not okay. Hopefully that never happens. That's what we use. We'll maybe upgrade to a two-way communication in the future, but for now this works great for us. And then this awesome RAM mount here in the center is our laptop mount, which, as you can see, is kind of set up with a laptop right now. So this allows Sabrina or I to work while we're on the road. So it's completely flexible and moves whichever way we want to move it to. So that way we could work and be digital nomads. As you saw me put up earlier, this is our Arb awning. This is the bigger of the two. We have two. This is the other one that pulls out from the rear side for more of our kitchen. This one's great because we have the room attachment that goes all the way around as well. So we can actually make this into a second room. We make this into a second room. So that way my brother, who's going to come up to Alaska with us, and other people who might be traveling with us can kind of have their own place should they not want to pitch a tent. You can just pitch the awning as well. And this is our propane tank. This little Manchester propane tank is it's a 5-pound tank. So it's 1/4 of what a normal gas you normally see at the grocery stores and stuff. So, but it allows us to cook with it. In the winter time, we had our propane, our buddy heater connected to it, and it's been awesome. We got this mount from Adventure Trailers, totally awesome, especially with the Ursa Minor. Let's do the back. So what we have here is our Yakima bike rack. Normally we'll have two bikes hooked up here. So that way when we're camped out, kind of like what we are now, parked, camping, can't really, it's not that easy to take down, or at least not if you just want to go to grab some food or go on a bike run. So we have our bikes for kind of the more local transportation. This is our Blue Ridge Overland gear trash bag. So we keep all of our trash in here. You definitely want to pack out everything that you bring on the trails, bring around with you. So, and then whenever we get into a city, we just throw it away from there. Let's take a look in the back here. This is our kitchen. So like I said, this is another Arb awning. It pulls out about 6 feet, I think, 6 feet, something like that, 6 feet. And yeah, this is where we have our Dometic refrigerator. Pretty standard style. It's great. It's a 35, I think is what they consider it, the 35. And yeah, that's where we keep all of our food. this awesome table. Is where we will put our propane stove on, and we set that up and have a dinner that way. All right, so this is one of the best angles of the inside of the Jeep that you're gonna get. It's small, but enough. So we have 2 cubby systems. Stole this from Chris from Venture 4-Wheel Drive. He has a similar system set up in his Jeep, and we love it. So it allows me to have my side, Sabrina to have her side. Yeah, it's great. And then we added this hanger, this clothesline hanger, which is awesome because sometimes we want to like hang clothes. We, you know, be more civilized a little bit. So we have a hanger. We can put hangers up here. It also lets us put like a little bit more of the smaller stuff, like our pillows, a wash rag. What we got up here? We have like a dust sweeper thingy. So yeah, it just lets us kind of carry a little bit more stuff. Whenever you go into an overland vehicle, you always just see like carabiners everywhere. And like things hanging from the ceiling, and ours is no exception. So you actually enter the Ursa Minor right from here. So like I was saying, so normally like the Ursa Minor kind of covers up right here, and you have a little bit of living space down here with our shelves. And normally when we're just trying to get like from the front to the back, we just kind of crawl on through, never having an issue. You can see kind of what the view looks like from outside of your Ursa Minor. So you can imagine just kind of me working here and this beautiful view. Some smaller modifications like I was saying earlier. We've got these awesome blinds that I made and just strung like a piece of paracord up. And then our hanger system, which is really just a piece of, I don't know, whatever, the webbing. And it's strung really tightly to give us like this nice hanger. So if we ever need to let our clothes dry or not, we can do that. And I've looped some carabiners and some other things. We'll probably put a curtain over here as well one day. These cubby systems, which again, Chris from Venture 4-Wheel Drive came up with, and you just get them from Target. They're cheap and they're awesome. All right, so there's a few more things I wanted to show you before we wrap this up. So over back here, we have our water system and our air system. I'm gonna go turn both of those things on so you can see. First, we have our water pump right here. And if I just turn this lever, you can hear it kick in. And it's attempting to pressurize the system. And what we can do is come back here, and we have running water, which is great. Really awesome to have. It's about 3 gallons a minute of running water. It's pretty sweet, pretty slick. And you see the pump just kicked off. Now that it's pressurized the system, that's off. And the pump's off, so now it's a pressurized system. So if I turn the water on again, the pump then kicks on. But it's not, the pump's not on until we actually turn the water on. So that's pretty sweet. Then from an air, we have these little rocker switches, which you can kind of see over here. I flip this switch, and you can see the needle go right on up there. So now this is our air system. I plug in our air from here. Then we can fill up our tires right below, fill up all 4 tires right from, the side of the Jeep. I don't have to open the hood or anything. To do that. It's just right there, right in the back of the Jeep, right next to the water too, which is great. So kind of all of our access points are right here. One exception, we have our battery charging access point here. So whenever we pull up to a campground or a place with access to electricity, pop this thing open, plug in an outlet, and we have our electricity charging both batteries together. So Sabrina and I, like we said, we live, travel, and work out of the Jeep. So there you have it. It's pretty much everything to do with the Jeep. Added these decals this past week. So by now, if you haven't noticed, we're going to start a YouTube channel, Sabrina and I, You, Me, and the Jeep. we just kind of want to start documenting and logging our adventures and sharing the places we go to. We're getting married in June, and so right after that we're going to be taking a 4-month adventure up all the way into Alaska, from North Carolina up to Alaska. We're expecting like 23 national parks and just a ridiculous amount of awesomeness. So we really hope that you will travel and follow along with us. Just hope you enjoyed the walkthrough.